Hello everybody, this is Kiereek. We're playing Supreme Commander and I'm a bit of an idiot. I started recording this and I realized my AC was on. It's like 39 degrees outside at 100% humidity, so forgive me for having it on. Here I am playing Cybran in nice, bright, visible yellow and going strong naval across this ocean. In the center, a little bit of a center, he did a great job. Cyborg, he's going UEF. Over here, another UEF, Alex, handling the opposite naval side, starting with a T1 air factory. I'm never a fan of that. I've seen the things, unless you're going air. It makes sense because you got a little more time. But in the back here, Elias going Aeon, pretty standard for the back. Way up here, Revenant, you can see him joking about in chat, UEF, and he is also their air player. Down here, we have another Aeon, and he's going to be handling the water for this side, obviously. In the center, Mickey, there he goes, marching away to the center. UEF, strong and noble. And way over here, the leg god. He's my mirror. He's kind of a super noob, but it's fine. It's one of his first games. And I like being the top pick, and with regards to the mirrors. I like being above my mirror. It makes things a lot more relaxing. But he's just sitting there chilling out, getting a snack, I guess. Let's speed this up to +4. I did consider, I've been wanting to play another naval games, a lot of naval games lately. That's really my favorite branch to go off into. I'll speed this up a little bit more. And finally, I got a good chance to play it on this one. There was another game earlier. I think I mentioned it in the last cast. It didn't go so well. Not because we didn't play alright, but because we had a teammate quit on us. But finally, I get a chance to play naval and just play it the way I want against an opponent who, he's definitely lower than I am. Although our ratings don't suggest it. Ratings suggest I'm the lowest player in here. Fortunately, I'm not too bad compared to the guy across from me. See him, he brought his ACU down here to handle a naval factory. I went first land, second air in my base, and then I let these NGs handle the naval factory down there. So they are the chief of naval play. I had an early bomber out, denies this mechs up here, and looks like it timed itself out afterwards, decayed, if you will. And more bombers here coming from Alex, and they're going to harass this naval factory. Unfortunately, there are a lot of inties. One thing that Revan does really well is produce air coverage, I noticed. So good for him. And we both have kind of the same idea. Get these attack submarines out nice and early. Try to deny the opponent. You see Mickey saying he's losing the center. Well, it's because you keep trying to build a factory right here. You can't build a factory when there's tons of Lobos on you. You need to build up with some units. What are you producing back here? Nothing at all. What do you expect, Mickey? Jesus. And you can see, right now, let's see, between Mickey and Cyborg, Cyborg is leading. So not only has he produced more units, he's also ecoing harder. Between myself and the leg god, it's a pretty obvious difference. 4 times what he is. And let's see, Mickey and Alex, they're not too far off. Oh, Mickey's not as... What was I just looking at? Alex, 52, his mirror, 45. Revan at 51, and his mirror, 64. So that's not too bad. And I'm getting some text here. I'll tell her later. She's gonna have to wait. But yeah, so far I think this is it's kind of a neat game because usually when I play Setons, I get kind of sidelined. You know, maybe I have a moment or two of glory, but it's basically just me doing my thing. I usually end up playing center. That's probably why I get sidelined. Center always gets boned. I got T2 on my commander now. We got T2 air factory. T2 land is overrated. And lots of naval factories going up. I can see he's also producing naval. He's only got 2. 1 is paused. I see Mickey is kind of a quitter, isn't he? Oh no, he's not in it at all. He's getting chased down. Tons of strikers. This is a T1 push. Mickey, how did you let this happen? You could have ducked in the water. He could still make it out of here if he keeps moving. If he stops moving, he's going to have a lot of problems from those Lobos. Oh, and finally, some stingers come in from Revan. He is a savior for his team. Another bomber here floating around for the leg god. Torpedo bombers doing their thing down here. Skimmers. And they're doing a pretty good job, I think, of keeping Alex at bay. These thunderheads, they can't really keep up with that much torpedo pressure. Getting some scouts in here. I need to see what my guy is up to. His radar is paused. He's up, oh, because he was upgrading it. Commander's still just sitting idle. Air Factory is sitting idle. He has T2 naval at this point, but it's also sitting idle. So he put a lot of Navy in there. I have got my T2 Navy up, and I'm producing units. Shoot. Looks like Revan's already at ASFs. Where's my mirror at? Because we got, nope, T2 and producing NGs. Yikes. That's a big difference. That is a massive difference. We got lots of T2 power going up for Alex back here. So he's not skimming on the power. Where am I? I'm a little lower in power. I don't usually prioritize power. It usually fights me. Oh, excuse me. You can see the leg god freaking out. Fackle, oh fuck, help. But he's not really in that much danger. Took out the torpedo launcher, and I'm just trying to prioritize this T2. Pounding it from this side with the goal to deny it building any units. You know, because if it builds a T2 unit, I'm in trouble. And it does slow down the killing of the factory, but at the very least, it makes sure that nothing gets built out of it. And while I'm waiting there, this destroyer is just kicking on its way back up. Unfortunately, where's my air coverage? My allies produced a Swiftwind and an Inti, and a lot of scouts. So I start producing Corsairs and some Intis. I know I don't have air coverage. And you can see his commander getting in the water here, trying to build a few things. Does this PD hit me? What hits me here? What is that? Attack bomber. He's looking for an opportunity. Ion can't come online. Nope, doesn't hit me. I think it was going to be a little weird had it actually done something. Oh, and this Seton comes in. It's going to wreck shit. Help working on it. He's going to bring in these stingers. I don't have anything to combat these stingers. And I really don't have anything to combat these torpedo bombers. So that's going to be it for this Salem. Good job, buddy. You did your duty. Couldn't quite get that T2 mechs. And now getting harassed. I'm going to slow this down. How does he see this? Okay, he can't really see what they are a lot of the time. But I guess those torpedo bombers must have pretty good sonar of some sort to be able to tell what's going on. ASFs? What? Out for Alex. I was talking we need air fast because I'm getting ASF'd and T2 torpedo bombered, and I didn't realize that. Well, white's not really doing it, but pink put out a few ASFs. Unfortunately, he can't compete with Revan. Not when he's trying to do naval at the same time, and with the advent of these torpedo bombers, it's time to get some cruisers out. So here they come. And he doesn't prioritize the cruiser, thank you. Because if he had, I would be in big trouble. And here comes another cruiser out. And pretty soon, fighting my navy with torpedo bombers is going to become a costly effort. That cruiser is just racking up kills. And he brings in the ASFs because he thinks it's the Corsairs, I guess. And the cruiser gets to pick off a few more. It's always awesome to watch the cruiser take care of ASFs. Because one volley or two volleys take care of an ASF, no problem. Alex is looking for air. He needs help. Sure he will. He will need a lot of help if he goes in. Because there's a couple of ASFs stationed here. There's a whole bunch stationed up here. This guy needs resources. What is he doing? Does he have no power? He's only at 17 mass. He's got lots of power. He hasn't upgraded anything. 1 T2 mechs. He doesn't have these ones up here. So that's his issue there. There's another air engagement here. White and pink come together to fight Revan. But there's no way. They didn't organize it together, and pretty quickly he gets in behind him even. Oh man, not so much. A scramble, a little bit of a scramble, and unfortunately it's not going to be able to hold it. You can see down here, Cyborg getting an upgrade as commander. He's trying to set up a middle base of operations. I've got a lot more subs and more cruisers now, so I'm hoping to move in. The torpedo bombers are away. They're just really mass producing those like crazy. Both blue players. Aeons. Oh no, I guess this is actually a UEF player. Oh well. And that is going to be the end for that Salem. Poor guy. But at least the cruisers get a chance to pick off a lot of torpedo bombers. But there's so many. There's so many. There's not a whole lot I can do about it. ASFs come in to assist. Where are Revan's ASFs? Well, they're stationed over here at the far end of the map. To speed up your production, target cruisers. Yep. So he's actually encouraging BR Soldier. But I don't think it's wise. We wipe those out with the cruisers. I do lose my cruisers, but one late one survives. And here comes our broadsword. So now we're seeing the advent of T3 gunships. The entry of T3 gunships. Oh, and it gets eaten up. And the air's looking pretty good for us in this area right now. You can see more cruisers over here. You can't really lift these ASFs off, or they're going to get blasted out of the sky. And I have free reign to pick at this newly erected T2 HQ. There is a torpedo boat sitting around. Quickly eats through my slivers before I see it. Target it with the siren, but it's not going to be enough. Obviously, that's a bit of a tough matchup. Legod is shocked. He actually repelled another attack. And Revan's exactly saying, can't do much with those cruisers. He can't. He's doing his best, and BR Soldier's doing his best as well. Let's check in on the bases of these guys. We have T3 Air down here. We have T2 Navy. 2 HQs. I hate it when people do that. 2 fucking HQs. It's pointless. Anything going on down here? We do have a Quantum Gateway, T3 Power. What am I up to? T3 Power is on the way. Getting an upgrade on my commander. That'd probably be T3, I believe. Help out all my units. And T2 all the way in a Navy. I know this guy's got massive air power. I'm trying to produce a ton of cruisers. 3 cruisers can handle this little torpedo boat. Blammo. Time to start picking at these guys over here. He says submarine white, please. Oh, he wants submarines to come along. I see. Yeah, you better pull these cruisers back. There's a lot of torpedo bombers around in the area. And they're also coming from me up here. They're trying to keep me from getting back this kind of naval dominance we had established before. And there's only so much you can do. When he brings them in, they go pop. Sure, they get shots off. There's not much you can really do about that. But the problem with torpedo bombers is when they drop those shots, there's a couple seconds before they impact upon the boats. And in those couple seconds, I can blast them out of the sky. So most of the time, you only get 1 shot. This guy managed to get 2, but there he goes, pop. I wish there was some sort of counter to torpedo bombers other than just tanking it and blowing them up. He does have T2 air. Team went very strongly air. What is Mickey doing in the center here? Massive tack missile battery. And clink hammers all the way. And clearly he's seen that. Oh, he's getting pinged right now, Cyborg. But look at all these tactical missile defense. Oh, let's just watch this beauty. Oh, 1! Did that impact? Almost. I don't know, much got picked off at the last second, but they did break through the shield. That's the end for the leg god. He's going to get forced out of there. And no problems there. How many torpedo bombers? A few are being produced over here. He's getting some heavy pressure though now. We got destroyers. And I guess these are just cruisers, but I love their missile fires. The one thing with UEF is that incredible Governor missile fire is beautiful. There are a lot of Vespers coming in, and not a lot to deal with them. Oh, there are 4 Vespers from LES, so maybe he can handle this issue. I think he's going to get the better of that. Now I'm just sitting around here trying to keep this perimeter secure, bringing in more cruisers. I do switch up to destroyers with the thought I can walk on land, but unfortunately, let's see what we got over here. A ton of ASFs, a ton. That is crazy. And he's going to chase down Elias's Air Force. Oh, it's close. Let's just take a look, slow this down, take a look at numbers. So Revan is on, whoa, 86, that's a lot. And Elias is on 56. So you big, oh, I slowed down way too far. Big advantage to Revran. And I'm just sitting here now, upgrading my mexes. How are we doing for eco? I'm not in last. The leg god's in last. But I'm not doing great. Look at Revran is way ahead. Way ahead even of our mirror. So he is, that's why he's been able to produce such an incredible amount of ASFs. Are these all T3? How does he do it? Whenever I do T3, I just get absolutely crushed economically. And see here, the bombardment begins. Governors launching as many as they can into these shields, but the volcanoes are doing their job. They're keeping those missiles up and away. Cruisers still being produced, even though I did switch to destroyers, but not entirely. I think we have, nope, still T2, not T3 yet. I do have T3 air, nothing being produced there, but the idea is that we're going to need to help out with air, and at this point the cruisers are only useful within their own space. Let's speed this up a little bit. We do have T3 Navy here, summits, so that's the way to go. Get this bombardment. It doesn't matter how many volcanoes you have. If a summit pulls in the harbor, you are in trouble. Lots of AA, really fortified little base here, but Mickey himself is right here. A few strats coming from the left hand side, and boom, in there would be no problem. Unfortunately, there's that ridge. That ridge always screws my naval bombardment plans. And we do have ASFs out from Cyborg. So all, well, 3 of them in the ASF game right now. He's a little upset. He says he has a plan. He's upset with the leg god. He's at 300 rating, should survive longer, but I think this was one of his original, like, I think his first or second game. Where did that come from? Oh, right. I don't know what happened here. Maybe he just controlled K, because I don't see any signs of life. I certainly don't believe I hit him. And Alex exploded. He actually disconnected. So that Navy is going to go to Elias. He's in good hands already. There's not a lot you have to do over there. And Revran sends it all, instead of going to him originally, he sends it all over to BR Soldier. BR Soldier is in no position to manage both sides. He is under heavy bombardment here. His focus has to be on the right hand flank. But unfortunately now he has to be distracted with the center as well. Let's keep speeding things up. We do have a bunch of hives working together to make T2 land. I don't recall why. He says don't worry about T1. Upgrade to T2 and just go. He is producing T1. Mobile anti-air. I don't know why. If those get into range of the cruisers, they're screwed. He needs something that can survive this cruiser fire and retaliate. I bring my units down here. I'm trying to get... Oh man, those clink hammers really, really hurt. You saw me hit there. Actually, that might have been a triad. Either way, it's not beautiful. The shield is broken through on this side. There's another one about to go up though. And bam, giant bubble shield. Those things are strong. Titans coming in here. Why are they paused? What do they have that could possibly be paused? The shield? A lot of strats coming up the side. Who are they eyeing up? Well, they're just waypointed over here right now, but I believe there's only one possible way that could go. Look at all the ASFs. That's incredible, and broadswords coming out now as well. However, they don't chase down these bombers. He must have been a little confused about what his target should have been. He doesn't see the difference, but he's going to know in a second. Right over my cruisers too, and he's just sitting there. So that lets me eat up a lot of those guys. Here goes the leg god. No, they didn't drop a bomb. And surely he's got to realize what's going on now. I've lost these cruisers to these broadswords. There's too much air in the area. And there goes the leg god. Like, he didn't see it coming. And he's kind of an angry dude. But that massive ball of air is going to clean up my sea forces. How this poor Salem managed to arrive just in time to get popped. a ton of governors now, and a summit, and a Neptune. It's incredible the amount of firepower that BR Soldier's putting up with. Mind you, I think all his eco is going into, it is all going into defense. He's spamming up shields as fast as he can, but they are not quite making it. You can see them going down in the back here. Oh, that's rough. Trying to spam up more. And it's not going to be super effective. Where's his comm? Well, his comm is nowhere to be seen. I don't see him, do you? Oh, maybe here? No, those are probably support commanders. Yeah. And this guy down here wasn't. Oh, he's right on the edge. Hit that. For fuck's sakes. A ton more of those broadswords coming in. And you just can't fight it. Lots of attack missiles here too. What's he aiming for? Well, that is overkill. Super overkill. I spotted this Novax. I hate Novaxes. I'm not good at defending against them. Fortunately, not so much of an issue. I do have a Monkey Lord out and about. He's going to try to hoof it across the ocean here. And we do have T3 and a Galaxy class battleship. Hopefully it'll help clear away this center area. Although they seem to have that under control. Attack missiles. Can those attack missiles reach over here? Because I feel like, oh, there's just so many volcanoes. No sense in that. T3 aircraft carrier. I don't know if there's AA on those. Might not be useful. Now, he says, I told you I had a plan. Is there a plan to spam broadswords? Because that plan's not going to work so well if he flies over our AA. I built up a little wall there. There's tons of it back here. The only person you might be able to get with that is up front here. I'm having trouble scrolling, guys. There's a desync poner. Seems to disable my scroll in the center. A cyborg's just sitting here, though. Galactic Colossus in tow, which is actually Elias's, and he has his own handful of AA here. Not a lot, though. And a nuke defense. I don't think the team actually building nukes, but we do all manage to build nuke defense. Is there anything in the clip? Yes, there are. There are 4 of them. Compared to my piddly 0 at the moment. So, phew. That should be okay. I'm producing ASFs now because we realized the air threat. That's really the only thing they have at this point, is the air threat. And we're going to have to keep picking at him until we have it. I wish I could make this go faster. Sorry, guys. +3 is as fast as I can run the computer. They're asking about anti-nukes. There's a SAR going up over here. Bold play, but they do have air coverage to spare. Problem with the SAR is, once it's seen, it is most definitely targeted. Here goes my Monkey Lord. He's having the walk of his life over here. What do we have building back here? Anything interesting? Quantum reactors. Quantum reactors. Nothing shocking. Quantum gateway. That is a Duke, and it is most of the way done. Wow, he has been throwing that together pretty well. This is the actual commander up here, so that's all done with support commanders and NGs, I suppose. Jesus, okay. Now he's on the way. On the other hand, I'm thinking snipe. Does he have PD? He does not have PD right now. So potentially there's an opportunity there. See, look at all the fucking fire. There's a lot of specters sitting around here, so they know gunships are their key tool. A whole bunch of ASFs get lured over this AA, and they're just gonna get shredded up. Now, did he bring in the rest of them? He does bring in the rest of them, slightly outside of our AA range, though, more over theirs, and that can make it a bit of a killing field. I'm trying to draw him back, pull him this way. My cruiser's sitting here, and they're going to fire away as well. It's more important we take care of these and this Novax. He's trying to break the shield. He will break that one, but what is he hitting right there? Percival's. Should have focused on this. Oh, there's way too much AA. It doesn't matter. I don't care how many ASFs and broadswords you have. That's not happening. Laser upgrade started. It's coming along pretty nicely, if I say so myself. We're at +2 now. I'm trying to run at +8. That's brutal. Unless these guys reclaim figures. 5,000. Come on. 5,000. 14,000 for Cyborg. 17,000 for him, and probably a measly... Yeah, I'm not a good reclaimer. So I'm getting lots of free shots. Let me see, 8 kills. Only 5 kills? That's not too bad. Alright, and we're back. And you see, right in the center of that Novak satellite dealing a ton of annoyance. Not so much pain, but it's getting the job done of being a pest. ASF's getting swatted out of the sky everywhere. BR Soldier has made quite a number of them, but the AA from my cruisers and all this T3 AA of cyborgs is getting the job done, and it clears them out incredibly fast. Unfortunately, the SAR is up, and it's just producing ASFs at lightning speed. Down here for myself, I've completed this teleporter. I'm looking for a way to hit Revdan. If I had just teleported right now, I would have been able to get in right behind him. That would have been the end of his little reign. Unfortunately, what am I up to? Building scouts. Nope, building ASFs. A little bit of delay for me. It's an unfortunate thing. The teleporter is finished. He must have seen it, because there goes that PD. I should have gone in right there. It's like he was listening to me, and unfortunately that's going to take him out of the equation for a snipe. Down here, BR Soldier is fairly open, but I know if I go in for BR Soldier, that's going to be an issue, because that means it'll be a one-way ticket. Look at all these Spectres and the SAR. I'll never get out in time. Unfortunately, what's his face here? Who is this? He gets an eye. Yeah, the Duke is up. Where's it firing at? Oh, it's going straight for Soldier, BR Soldier, and that's definitely the right move. Oh, a heavy hit on both those commanders. Is one of those is his actual ACU. A couple more hits in that location. Unfortunately, the Duke is not known for its accuracy. And building up cruisers in the bay here, just in case. If a lot of bombers try to make a run, hopefully the Sirens can help take them out, or even that Tsar. I'm surprised we never saw a strat run from Revan. He would definitely had the resources for it. All he would have to do is distract the ASFs and make a run for us. So he knows the telemeter's coming in. I don't know why. And it doesn't really matter if he's safe or not. He's not the important target, because he's not really producing anything of value. Sure, that Tsar was produced, but the air coverage is all from Revenant. Look at that number of ASFs. That is an insane number. How do I save from it? What is he requesting? Possibly these torpedo bombers. Yes, be donated something. And what's going on out here? This looks interesting. Just a little glob of ascendants and other things. My monkey lord is sitting off the coast here. I know if I walk up right now, that Tsar will kill it. So I'm waiting for my opportunity. Plenty of other units down here. This is a strategic missile submarine. I never see those built. They're neat, but unfortunately, strategic missile defense just takes care of that. And he wants to know what's the plan. So he's getting a little bit angsty. I mean, angsty is the right word. Anxious. Look at the number of ASFs, though, that we're now getting from Elias, combined with the number that are circling here from Cyborg. And this Duke is wreaking havoc over here. Revan's just building up. Indeed, he is just building up. That's directly into a mountainside. How many shield gems are here? There's plenty of them. At least one or two in this area. A little one here. Potentially some collapse that could happen there. You see a bunch of strat bombers coming in now. They're trying to hit the Tsar. You may have actually hit that. The bombers come in. Are they going to break through the shield? Yes, they pop one, but unfortunately there are plenty to go, and that is not going to be enough to take the BR soldier out of the game. Look at the barrage attack missiles, though. There are so many. I guess take out that support commander. If that had been the real deal, would have been an issue. The Tsar, it's getting pummeled. It's not on the ground, but it's low enough that it's getting absolutely pounded by the artillery, and that's something I don't think I've seen before. This GC makes landfall, and it's going to attempt to bust its way through here. I don't think that's going to work out too well. The Novaks up here, which won't do much, but all these broadswords will make mincemeat out of it in a hurry. Now, why do I bring this Monkey Lord up here? Oh, because I decided it's time for him to go for a walk, and he's just going to go straight to the pond. Originally, I tell him to go forward more, but the pond is the best place to hit. Why did he resign? He just gave up. That's unfortunate. I'm never a big fan of people giving up. I got a ton of cruisers now. We're going to move out. If that Tsar comes out, I want to be able to intercept it. Sam's over here pounding away this T3 mechs. A little bit of harassment from these guys, but not so much. They're just going to hoof it on back, not worry so much about my battleships, and good reason. GC is still stomping his way through. Where are the broadswords? Well, they're over here, and there's not a lot coming their way. Strategic missile away here for Elias. Where is it going? Straight into the middle. That's an interesting choice. There's nothing really here, but I guess it does allow him to come through. Big ASF engagement over the top of Revan's front. Why? I think he must be trying to protect the GC, and at that point he just gives up. That's unfortunate, because that GC could have been stopped. Look at all these broadswords. Could have cut the thing down, no problem. So he must have at least given up there. Monkey Lord's sitting safely in the water, distracting these gunships as well. So no big threat from there. The real thing I don't like is these Novak satellites flying around. And that's pretty much it. I started a teleport at the end, and actually this bug is pretty much underway as well, even though we didn't have air coverage. But I felt I needed to build something. And at the end, Eco wasn't so bad. Still one of the worst Ecos, but Elias, once he got Alex's base, he just went hardcore. Impressive show. Like I said before, this is a game where it seemed like I actually did something, even if it was against a lesser opponent. I think the cruisers helped out quite a bit as well. So, yeah, it made me happy. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully see you again soon, and have yourself a great day.